Hello everyone and welcome back. In this video I will be teaching you how to play Chopin's Waltz in A minor. The first thing that you should know is the A minor scale, and it's like this. Also, you should know the first chord of the scale, which is A minor, like this, A, C, E. This chord here is in root position, but we could do the inversions here, first inversion, and then the second inversion here. And Chopin is going to use the second inversion to come up with this melody. So that's all there is. Now notice that we have outlined the A minor chord, but also with a passing tone, which is B. So he does this. And we have covered the first measure. Now we're going to take this chord and put it on the left hand. Same chord in root position now, and we could play this. So that A minor chord matches the C on the top. So now notice that the E is an upbeat, and we can count 1, 2, 3. Just the C is the one that matches the A minor. Now, also we're going to put the root of the chord here, A, on the bass all the way down. So here. So we have left hand. That's it. And we have the waltz. 1, 2, 3. In this case, I like to always delay the second beat. So 1, 2, and go. Okay, now let's put it together. There you have it, first measure. He put piano, so remained very soft here. So okay, and we have covered the first measure. Now let's continue now, and from the A minor scale we go to the fourth note, 2, 3, 4. We could build a D minor chord like this. And he'll play these 3 notes on the right hand. He will play D, E, F. So we have here. And that's it. Notice now that it's outlining that chord, the D minor chord. Now here, instead of doing the D minor in root position, we're going to do the inversions here. First inversion, second inversion. And that's what he'll do. So we have this. Notice that the last F matches the D minor second inversion. Done. Now the D here, the first D, is also going to be played with the bass D on the left hand. So we have this now. And that's it for it. Now let's play it all together. That's it. When I go a little bit quicker, I like to delay the second beat. Notice that I do a little emphasize on the second beat and also delay that one. It makes it jump a little bit rather than playing like this. Okay, I don't like this way of playing it. I do like the a little bit happier. You should move to there. And then retain a little bit, but it's totally up to you what you want to do here. Now we went so far from the A minor chord to the D minor chord, so we have progression 1, 4, and now we're gonna use a different scale. We're gonna use the C major scale, which is a relative, and we have the first chord, C major, but what we're gonna use is the 5th chord, the G major chord with the 7 on top. Now let's start with the melody. If you take these 2 notes in the middle, now you're gonna see that the right hand starts with that. So we have one line, and what we outline here is the G major inversion. There you have it. The finger I like is 1, 2, 3, and then you have to rotate towards it and get to the F. That's it. That's all we have. We could start soft and then increase the volume. Okay, now this chord is also going to play on the left hand. We're going to get rid of the D because it's on the right hand, and we're going to play these two. So we'll do this, and we're done. So by itself here matches. That's it. Now with the B, we're also going to punch the root of the chord. We're going to go all the way down here. So left hand. Let's put it all together. B and G. That's it. We match every other note. Match by itself. Match by itself. Match by itself. Okay? Now here, after the G7, the fifth chord, we're going to go back to C. C major, the one chord from the C major scale. And he'll do this. So you notice that he lands on the E from the C major chord, and he adds an ornament. E, F to E, D sharp. So two passing tones, the F and the D sharp, but the only one that is outlined is the E really. So just remember this, that you could rotate a little bit, keep it close, and one movement up and down, so on the first note. Now when we have the C major chord here, he's going to do the version also here below, and then we have this. Two of those there with the E at the end. That's it. Now we're going to add the root of the chord with the first note. Now what I'm going to do is play the right hand by itself and then left hand, and then together. Okay, now left hand. Okay, notice that I blend in this with the pedal, so I play the bass pedal and then release it here. Release it on the second chord. Okay, now let's put it together slowly, and we can also count. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay? And to get the style of the waltz, we're going to delay the 2. So it will be this. Let's continue now. And we started on this version, A minor. And now what we're going to do is flip it around, do the root chord, and he does this. That's it. And notice that he put the slur, 2 notes with the slur to the C, and then this one is by itself. So that's why he tells me that the style should be released there on the 2. Okay, so we have this note. We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna put the root chord here. That's it. And then what we'll do is add the bass with the first note. Okay, this next one we already played it, the D minor, so we're gonna do this. And what we'll do is we add the D. Okay, so all together. Done. Let's continue to the next one. He's gonna keep going with the same progression. So we did the A minor to D minor, but now he's gonna switch to the C major scale again, to the same chord, the G7, and we have this. Before we did this, the little turn, but now we're gonna go to G, descending to B and C. It's important that you increase the volume to get to A and release the C. Now for this, because we outlined the same chord from before, the G, we're gonna put the G7 below without the D. So we have these 2 chords, and we could play it. And then we're gonna go to C. Now if we add the root of the chord, we add the G below. That's it. This one is the only one that has a little turn there that is different. We get to the G, B, and then C. One inversion here. I think it's important that we play all this, so let's start from the beginning now. longer turn here. Now here what happens is we're gonna repeat. So we're gonna start bass on C, same thing. Repeat the beginning. Same turn. This repeat again. We repeated everything. And then here we're gonna do this turn. Notice that we do the G, we get to D, and then back. You could pick your own fingerings. I'm just putting what I use, what I find to be the most comfortable for me. 3, 2, and then 1, 2 here. Okay, now because if you take a look at this chord, it's the G7 again, so we're gonna do that on the left hand. So G7 is like this, we place it on the left hand, and we get rid of D again. We have these two. So we're gonna play G, and then the F sharp, D, and then the E is gonna be with a different note. Then we add the root from the chord, so we add the G on the bass, and then to E. And the E is gonna take again the one chord. So all together. Increase the volume, release here. And that's the first section. Now let's play this very slow and we can count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Increase the volume now. Ornament. Again, minor to D minor. We increase again. We start over, repeat. Little turn, A minor, going up. And that's it. So notice that the second time when we repeat, we take the C here with A minor. Is the only difference there, and the little turn at the end. So before we took it on A minor here, now we did C. Turn. Okay. Now in the next section is going to be a change of scales, and we're going to have is an E major scale. It has C sharp and D sharp, G sharp and F sharp. You should know that. And that's the main chord, E major chord from the first degree of the scale. Now we're going to go and bring this note all the way up here. And he's going to do this pattern here on this with using this note. That's ascending pattern. And you could do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Fairly simple. And because it's ascending, you could start soft and then increase the volume. Okay? Now we're gonna use on the left hand this chord, the E major, first degree of the scale. And we could add the D here, which is the 7th, and get rid of the G sharp and do this. One time this way, one time using the G sharp. So we have this. That's it. Now when we do the little pattern we did, we're gonna add in here, we're gonna add this and B. That's it. Alright, and now because the root chord is E, we're gonna go all the way down to E on the first note. And we match it every other note. So on the G sharp, okay? Now here, on the next one, so we did E7, but what we're gonna do is back to the A minor, which is like this. And what we'll do is bring it here, and he will do this little ornament. But notice the second inversion there. So we do ornament. I like 2, 4, 3, descending, 4 and 3. You don't have to move much. Let the fingers do it by itself. Now he's going to use the same inversion here on the left hand. So we have this. In E we're going to match that chord, and on A. That's it. Now with the first turn we're going to add the bass for that, so which is A. So we do this. That's it. So again, we match every other note. All together now. Match here with A. That's it. All together. That's it. Next section now. So we went from the E7 to A minor. Now we're gonna do the same. We're gonna go back to E7. The G sharp is missing, but it comes from there. So we have E and this. Now we have the E chord here on the right hand. We could bring it here, and what he'll do is use kind of those notes. So he's gonna do an ornament here. So, but notice that the B is part of the chord, the G sharp is part of the chord, and that one is part of the chord. So it's outlining the E chord from before with a little turn. To do the ornament, sometimes you start from above and you let the hand drop on A and then move up. But it's very tiny movements, and it's true that there's a little bit of adjusting here, rotating a little bit. Okay? Now I'm using 2, 4, 3, and then here 1, 2, 1. But you could use another kind of fingerings, but I like this very much. So you could try this fingering, and then you could also use 1, 3 maybe. Whatever works for you. So now to do it together, we could do the 2 and the third beat. We could do this. The E is gonna match, and that's it. So both E's match the E7 chord. Now what we add is the bass note, which is the same one from the chord, and we'll do this. That's it. Now let's play all 3 measures together very slow. Match every other note. We get to the top, we go up, down here. Match. We release the phrase here, end of the phrase. Here too. Okay? Now here, we're gonna go back to the 1 chord, A minor, and what we'll do is this ornament on E from the E minor chord. See, that outlines the A minor again. So I like the same fingering, and then 2, 1, 2, 1. And it's true that if you have it a little bit higher the wrist than low, it's easier. And it comes lighter. Why? Because you put less pressure on it by being high up rather than low down. So okay, now that's the pattern there. But if we outline this chord, that means we're gonna do the same on the left hand here. A minor chord flipped, and we have this. A and A matches that same chord. That's it. Now we'll add the bass A on the left hand. So we have this left hand. Okay? I like to think on the second E, but it's almost like I play the A at the same time. It's almost like I play with this first E. That's it. Alright, let's play it all the way there very slowly. Every other note always. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and on the ending here of this section, we're gonna use the E chord, but we're gonna turn it into an arpeggio. So we're gonna go all the way up, and we have a triplet there. So let's say we are counting 1, 2, 3. We count. That's the first section of the arpeggio. So it's triplets. 1, 2, 3, 1. Now from here we have 5. So we need to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 afterwards. So and get there right on. 1, 2, 3. The B is the 3 and the E is the 2. So 1, 2, 3. And then we have the C by itself. Quick note. So let's do it one last time. Okay. Now because we're in E, we're also gonna use the E7 on the left hand, and we have this. Just like before, so we're gonna play the arpeggio first, but when we get to E here, and we change it here, and you could put a more pedal here just to help you a little bit with the arpeggio, so it's not so dry. So okay, and now we have to solve the E, put the bass E also. So got that. Notice for the arpeggio that we go down on the thumb and then up, down on the thumb and then up. Okay, down, because the chord you do this movement when you play it. So down on the thumb, up, down on the thumb, and again. And also there's a little bit of rotation there to help you play it, this movement. You will have to work it out many times to see what works best for your hand. So we have this. And we have a short C, and we go back to the same pattern in A minor. So ornament. But notice the chord is outlined again, the same way. Okay, now when you do that, we're gonna use the same inversion. Match it here and there. And we did this one already, so we add the bass, and we're done with that. Now we have the E major here. You can see the E is everywhere, but we do the little ornament, G sharp, E, 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 and then A. So that's it. Now when you do this, when you do the E, you're going to put the E7, E7 again, and then back to A minor. And then what we'll do on the first ornament, we put the E here. And this section repeats 2 times. So I think what I'm going to do is play it all the way through very slowly, so you can see how we put it together. So now 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Now 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Okay? Sometimes if any part of this gives you problems, you could practice a little bit with accents, emphasizing every other note. So we could do this. So I do loud, soft, loud, soft, loud, soft, loud, soft, loud, soft. Okay? And the opposite also. So I could do soft, loud. Okay? So then I could work a little bit on the speed. So start slow and fast. Opposite. And all together. See if you can do that. If you can't do it when you play quickly, you could go back to slow. The next section is going to repeat what we did at the beginning, but what we'll do is start on A. So we're not going to play the E and then go. We're going to just play starting on A. So we'll do this. And everything else is the same from there. So to put it together, remember that we did the bass and the A minor chord, bass here, D minor chord, is all the same thing. Okay, so I'm gonna play it slowly for you so you can see there's the same thing, and you should practice from here. So let's do it. 1, 2, 3. Now we have the pattern that we did at the beginning. Ornament. Same thing. Now we go to A minor, starting on C, and that's the same. Now here we're gonna switch, and we have this melody. I play one last time, and then with the third finger we get there. Rhythm for this: 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We hold it there. Now, as you can see here, we play D sharp, E, F sharp. The E is a passing tone, and if we complete this, we could say that it's based on a B7 chord. So what we'll do is bring all this chord to the left hand, flip it one time, and then we'll get rid of F. And what he'll do is those two chords. So when you do it together, these three notes are going to match the F sharp. So there. Done. Now the other thing is the D sharp is going to match the B, and that's it. Remember that we used to cut off that second beat, and that's fine. So, and then we have the next melody. As you can see, the third there, G sharp and B, tells you that's an E major chord, and that's what we'll do. In this case, we'll add the 7th, and we'll punch it here, and we get rid of the G sharp. That's what we'll have on the left hand once. So when you do the G sharp, when you get to B, you punch the same E7 chord. Now we'll add the E on the bass. So left hand, pedal on the first one, so, and we got the two measures that they were different from the other sections. So we have this now. And that's it. Now when we come from the speed from before, we could start like this. And slow down a little bit because of the change. It's the first time we get to a different key for the whole passage, which is major. Now let's go to the next section. Now here we still continue to work with the E major scale, and what we'll do is this pattern. We're gonna do an ascending pattern starting on B. Notice that it's outlined like a B minor chord, and we'll do this fingering 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, and we could start this a little bit slower and piano, and then increase a little bit. That's one. To do that, you could do it with the left hand already, and if you think on an E7 chord like this, you could get rid of the B and punch these two notes. So we could use this chord, the E7, and we'll match it this way. And we get it down. Now what we'll do is add the bass, the E on the bass, and the B together. Okay? For the speed, you could practice slow and fast, opposite, or all together. Okay, we go to the next one. So remember, left hand, this. Now we have an ornament on C sharp, so we'll do 2 and 3. Now we do 1, 4, 2, 3, and 1. It feels very good to the hand. After the ornament, we do a rotation left, right, left, right, left. That's it. So that's why you can play it very quickly. And you can see here A and C sharp outlining this chord, which is the A major. Now he'll do the inversion here, E, A, C sharp, and we'll play the ornament in here. We match it, and we match it here also. That's it. Now if we add the bass on A, we do the first note, the 1 of the whole measure, with the A. So that's it. Don't be afraid to play it very slowly. Okay, and then we have a big slur. So that means you could start here, and then here lift, and here we're gonna lift again. Okay, now we end up with 1. To do the ornament, I like 1, 4, 3. 1, 4, 3. And then you have this note. That's it. And notice again the E7 is outlined, so we have this. So that's it. If we count 1, 2, and 3. Okay, left hand, we keep the same chord. The E7, right? So we do the ornament. That's it. Let's play it all together. So I'm going to play from the B when we finish up there. So we hold it and we go to the next section. Lift here. Lift here. Okay. And the next part is going to be kind of the same. But the only thing is we're going to outline A major. So we have this. Same finger. 1, 4, 3. And here with same chord. We add the bass. So we have. And then what it does is repeat. So we're going to play all of this. And so you can see it. So let's say if we start from B. Lift. Lift here. Same. And A major. Now we repeat. We go back. All the same. 1 here and 1. I do. And chord. That's it for this part. Now here we're going to repeat. So once we play E, we go back again to play the same thing we played before. Same pattern. T, da, 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 ornament. A minor. D minor. Same. We repeat one more time. Now here it's going to repeat. We're going to have the E ornament. That's the only thing that is different. So we have rest and then now E, F, D sharp, opening, and here. Left is going to have an E7, so we play E and the chord, and we do this. The ornament is 4, so there. With the A minor, and we get to C. Now the right hand here is going to be the ending, so we have this C, 5 note pattern, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we'll switch here, 4th finger. So we have 4, 3, 2. Okay, let's do it again. Okay, trill, and it ends like that. So the trill at the end. So if we put it together now, left hand started on the C. Before that C we have this, and we'll punch E, A, E, which is still another way of saying A minor. So let's do that measure. So you play the C. Now you run this D together, and that's it. ba dee da da da. Now when we did the turn, there we're gonna put this chord, which is family this. We B minor 7 flat 5. So left hand you have. Okay. So to put it together with the pattern complete, we have this. Here together. Okay, trill now with E. Together with D sharp. And that's it. So maybe what I'll do is play it slowly from C. So we have the C, rest on the right hand. We start the line, B together. This here, it has a rest. Don't have to lift the pedal though. Lift here the pedal. Here. Now here on E we do the trill. We run it there, but D has to take the chord there. F, and then A, slide down. Okay? I hope this video was helpful, and if you enjoyed, subscribe. Also, thank you very much. I know my supporters from Patreon and Buy Me a Coffee.